The wind howled through the skeletal trees, their barren branches scraping together like skeletal fingers in the dark, moonless night. The small town of Blackwood lay shrouded in an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional rustle of fallen leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. Autumn had cast its spell on the landscape, turning the once vibrant forest into a realm of shadows and secrets. At the heart of Blackwood stood an old, decrepit mansion, its faded paint peeling like the skin of a serpent shedding its scales. The townsfolk whispered of the mansion's dark history, a history that had been buried in the annals of time. It was said that the mansion was cursed, that it was haunted by the vengeful spirits of those who had met their untimely end within its walls. Among the townsfolk, a brave and inquisitive soul named Emily had always been drawn to the mansion. She had spent countless hours researching its history, poring over dusty old books in the town's library, and listening to the stories of the elderly residents who dared to speak of it. The more she learned, the more her curiosity grew, and she resolved to unravel the mysteries of the mansion once and for all. One fateful autumn evening, as the full moon cast an eerie glow upon Blackwood, Emily decided to embark on her quest. She donned a heavy coat, clutching a flickering lantern in one hand and a small leather-bound journal in the other. The night was unusually cold, and a shiver ran down her spine as she approached the mansion. The mansion's once grand entrance was now overgrown with creeping ivy, the front door creaking open with a sense of reluctant anticipation. The air inside was thick with the scent of age and decay. Emily's footsteps echoed through the dimly lit foyer as she cautiously made her way deeper into the mansion. Cobwebs draped the corners of the room like ghostly tapestries, and the wallpaper peeled away from the walls, revealing a glimpse of the mansion's former opulence. In her journal, Emily noted the eerie ambience and the feeling of being watched. As she ventured further into the mansion, she heard strange, disembodied whispers that sent shivers down her spine. She strained to make out the words, but could only hear fragments of sentences that made no sense. The further she explored, the more the voices seemed to grow in intensity, as if pleading with her to leave. Emily ascended a creaking staircase, its steps groaning beneath her weight. She reached the second floor and found herself in a long, dimly lit corridor. The walls were adorned with faded portraits of stern-looking individuals, their eyes seeming to follow her as she passed. One portrait, in particular, drew her attention, a woman with raven black hair and piercing, sorrowful eyes. She felt an inexplicable connection to the woman in the painting, as if she were calling out to her. Determined to uncover the mansion's secrets, Emily continued her exploration. She opened a door that led into a musty library, its shelves lined with ancient books, some covered in dust, and others wrapped in decaying leather. One book, however, seemed oddly out of place. It was a pristine volume, untouched by time, bound in rich, dark leather. Emily carefully removed it from the shelf and opened it, revealing intricate illustrations and handwritten notes. The book chronicled the history of the mansion and its previous inhabitants, revealing tales of murder, betrayal, and dark rituals. It spoke of a curse that had befallen the mansion, a curse that bound the spirits of those who had met tragic ends within its walls. Emily was entranced by the story, unable to tear her eyes away from the pages. As she read, Emily became acutely aware of a presence in the room. She turned to find the woman from the painting standing before her, her eyes now alive with a haunting sadness. The woman's voice was a mournful whisper as she spoke. "You have uncovered the truth, dear child, but knowledge comes at a price." Emily's heart raced as she listened to the woman's tale. She was Isabella, the wife of the mansion's former owner, Victor. Isabella revealed that she had been wrongly accused of witchcraft, a crime she had not committed. In her desperation to clear her name, she had performed a forbidden ritual to seek justice. But the ritual had gone horribly wrong, unleashing a malevolent force that cursed the mansion. Isabella implored Emily to help her break the curse, to free the tormented souls trapped within the mansion's walls. She handed Emily a small vial filled with the shimmering liquid, explaining that it was the key to unlocking the mansion's secrets, but the task would not be easy. Emily would have to gather 5 sacred items hidden within the mansion, each one representing an element of nature: earth, water, fire, air, and spirit. With a heavy heart, Emily accepted the challenge. Isabella's ghostly image slowly dissipated, leaving her alone in the library with the journal and the vial. The voices grew more urgent and persistent, urging her to fulfill her destiny and break the curse. Emily embarked on her quest, guided by the cryptic clues and riddles left behind in the journal. Each item she sought led her deeper into the mansion's shadowy recesses. The first item, representing Earth, was a small, intricately carved figurine hidden in a forgotten cellar. The second, water, was a fragile glass sphere filled with moonlit rainwater, concealed in a hidden chamber beneath the floorboards. The third item, fire, proved to be the most challenging to obtain. Emily discovered a hidden chamber adorned with mysterious symbols, where an ancient fireplace stood. She had to decipher the symbols, ignite a long dormant fire, and collect a burning ember in a silver urn. The air element was found in a chamber filled with whirling winds, where Emily had to capture a swirling gust within a glass orb. Finally, the fifth and most elusive item, representing spirit, required Emily to confront her own fears and doubts. She entered a chamber cloaked in darkness, where memories of her past and her deepest insecurities manifested as eerie specters. With unwavering determination, she overcame the obstacles, proving her inner strength and worthiness that had tormented her earlier, now guided her back to the room. Their whispers, a chorus of encouragement and support. In the library, Emily carefully arranged the 5 elemental items in a circle on the floor, forming a pentagram. She held the vial in her trembling hand and recited an incantation from the journal, calling upon the ancient forces that had been awakened by Isabella's ritual. The room quivered with an otherworldly energy as Emily channeled her intention into breaking the curse. The mansion trembled, its walls groaning as the spirits within were finally set free. A brilliant light burst forth from the pentagram, and Emily shielded her eyes from the radiant glow. When the light subsided, she found herself standing in a transformed library. The wallpaper had been restored, and the air was no longer heavy with despair. Isabella appeared once more, her spirit now at peace. She thanked Emily for her bravery and determination, assuring her that the mansion was finally free from the curse that had bound it for centuries. As a final act of gratitude, Isabella touched Emily's forehead, filling her with the knowledge of the mansion's history and the sacrifices made to set it free. With the curse broken, Emily felt a deep sense of satisfaction and closure. She knew that the mansion, once a place of torment and sorrow, had been released from its dark past. Isabella and the other tormented souls had found peace, and the mansion would no longer be a place of fear and tragedy. As Emily left the mansion, she looked back one last time, seeing it in a new light. No longer a place of dread, it stood as a testament to her courage and the power of determination. The once scary autumn night had become a night of triumph, and she knew that her journey had changed not only the mansion, but also her own life forever. Back in Blackwood, Emily shared her incredible tale with the townsfolk. The mansion, once feared and shunned, was now regarded with a mixture of awe and respect. It stood as a symbol of the enduring power of the human spirit to overcome darkness and unlock the secrets of the past. The haunted autumn night had given way to a new season, one filled with hope and the promise of new beginnings. And as the townsfolk gazed upon the old mansion, they couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder, knowing that even the darkest of secrets could be brought to light, and that the spirits of the past could find peace at last.